Got a little double sound sample. Well, actually, this is a double sound sample and then a little ringer at the end to compare to these two Loprinzi concerts. American luthier made oaks, AMC mahogany, and OSC-C custom cherry. This one has a little bit of cloudiness in the finish, got some finish issues. I'm actually working on this one for someone. Uh, but anyways, we'll get back to that in just a second. The little mahogany, I've had it for, I guess, a good month. Been playing on it, maybe even a little bit more. Sorry about that. Well, I mean, I really enjoyed this little mahogany Loprinzi. Extremely loud, just a very, very loud oak, extremely warm, deep tone, lots of resonance and overtones. If you ever get a chance on one of these Loprinzi AMCs, and I see them pop up at really good prices, especially for a American luthier made ukulele on Reverb and eBay. I've just seen some amazing deals on them. But very impressed with this ukulele. I guess I could do a little sound sample. Huh? Both of these Loprinzis are strung with Anui Clearwaters. The cherry, like I said, a little bit brighter than the mahogany. Like I said, this one's got a little bit of finish issues, but I absolutely love the looks of the oak, tortoiseshell binding, finish issues on the back also. But the cherry wood is very beautiful. This is the first cherry wood oak that I've got to try, and well, it's definitely a brighter wood than mahogany from what I can tell. The body size on this is a touch bit bigger than the AMC, but everything that I can feel inside on the bracing and all is the exact same setup, exact same bracing and all between these two Loprinzi that I can tell. Anyways, this one is, like I said, a lot brighter, but still just amazing tone. I'm really impressed and been able to compare both of these ukuleles from the same maker out of different tone woods. That's just really an awesome experience. But Sorry I'm subjecting y'all to that, but I'm kind of proud of it. I think I got it down, and I've been practicing it. I know I've been driving my wife crazy with it, but anyways, you'll probably hear it some more on some videos, because like I said, I'm just tickled I can do it, is what it is. But very impressed with this Loprinzi. There's the level of warmth and stuff, you know, and I can really tell the difference, you know, between these two oaks. This one's just a lot higher range. You know what I mean? That one's a lot lower range. It doesn't have nowhere near the sparkle. Don't have nowhere near the sparkle and jangle of this one. And I absolutely love sparkle and jangle. The ringer that I wanted to bring in on this one is actually my little Bruce Wee concert mahogany. It's an Asian mahogany. It's not the standard American type of mahogany that we know, but still a beautiful little oak in my eyes especially. It's just cream binding and all. Beautiful abalone rosette. But as far as Bruce Wee ukuleles, extremely plain, oak. The reason that I am bringing this in to compare sound is because, this little oak has been my favorite ukulele since I got it. This was gave to me by Rich Davis. If you've been on YouTube looking for ukuleles, you've had to come across these videos, whether you like him or not. But old Rich Davis is my buddy, and he gave me this ukulele, and I just fell in love with its sound, its playability, and everything. And anyways, right now this one is strung up with a Nui Green Planets, and they're just a touch warmer of a string than the Clearwaters. And I did have Clearwaters on this one before the Green Planets, and the uke was just a tiny touch, more sparkle in it, but still had, pretty good, lows and all from what I could tell then. Anyways, from my ear, and, everybody's opinion and everything, of course, is different, but even, I've been wearing my fingers. I mean, seriously, they're so sore. I've just been running through these ukuleles over and over and over again, comparing them to each other. Like I said, very warm on the mahogany Loprinzi. A lot brighter. It's not very bright. It's nothing like the brightness of my Kamoa spruce maple, or the brightness of my Koaloa opio. Those are both extremely bright ukuleles. It's not nothing like extremely bright, but it's just a good bit brighter, than the mahogany. This one, my little Bubba, what I call it, Bruce Wee, is just right perfectly in the middle of it. I feel like it has warmth and depth like the mahogany Loprinzi, but still has sparkle like the cherry Loprinzi. And I think that's one reason that I fell in love so much with this little oak. But anyways, I just wanted to play them in the same video so everybody kind of gets the comparison, and maybe you can kind of tell what I've seen in this little ukulele. Who knows? And I ain't saying nothing bad about the Loprinzis, but anyways, I'm so impressed with those. These are if I hadn't have found my little Bubba before coming across these Loprinzis, there ain't no question one of those would be my favorite ukulele, plain and simple. But I don't think, that they necessarily beat out my little Bruce Wee. It holds its own. a fast forward button. Love this little ukulele so much. So impressed by those Loprinzis. I finally found ukuleles that I feel are close in tone to my little Bruce Wee. Ukuleles are, at least to my ear, I get here in my little room playing them side by side. There's so much difference, to me in their tones and sound shapes and playabilities. The Loprinzi are the closest thing that I've come to. And I got the specs for them also. I just wanted to compare. The little AMC mahogany weighs 430 grams. All right. Both Loprinzi have a 35 millimeter nut. And the string spacing on the AMC is 28 millimeter string spacing at the nut and 39 millimeter string spacing at the saddle. Okay, and now, of course, this is a Luther made ukulele, so people, I'm sure can, get things, changed up on those. On the cherry, it weighs 445 grams. Just 15 more grams than the mahogany, and for the bigger body, I was very impressed by that. Extremely light made ukulele. Of course, 35 mil nut, but this one has a 26 millimeter string spacing at the nut and 37 millimeter string spacing at the saddle. 2 millimeters thinner, string spacing at both ends. So it just has wider margins on the side of the fretboard. And I actually love that. I have, it helps me keep my hands out of the A string. I'm real bad about getting the fat part, chubby part of my palms, want to ride up into the string and, cause a buzz or a dead note. But, on my little Bruce Wee, 460 grams, okay? 15 more grams than the cherry and 30 grams more than the mahogany Loprinzi, which even just, the wood densities themselves, can vary that much in moves. The Bruce Wee is very, very, very close in size, shape. Oh, sorry. I didn't ding it to the owner. Very close in size and shape to well, if I can make them, there we go, to each other, and very, as far as volume and everything, they compare. My Bruce Wee only has a 34 millimeter nut, actually maybe just a touch less than that. 25 millimeter string spacing at the nut, and it might even be just a little less than that, but it ain't quite close enough to the 24. And only 35 millimeter string spacing at the saddle. Very narrow string spacing by most ukulele standards. But I've come to really enjoy it. And on the concert scale, the little bit more narrow string spacing seems to come in handy with me on my, the way my fingers work, and I have to work on my chords. I don't have much spread, and I think the narrower string spacing helps me to handle the concert scale a little better. Actually, when I get to sopranos, I like a little bit wider string spacing and a little bit wider nut. It seems to help me handle sopranos better. But now I can play either, and I can play the wider nut ukuleles just fine. But just for comfort and what I would just grab to as my regular kind of thing. I seem to prefer the thinner profiles and wider nuts thinner nuts on the concerts. And I didn't talk about the tuners, but of course my Bruce Wee's got the Durjungs. The cherry also has Durjungs on it, and I think it really matches the cherry wood with those orange button tuners. I think it just looks good with a cherry. The cherry is going to look beautiful. I'll be doing more updates on this cherry. I stopped playing it long enough to refinish it, but I'm planning on just taking the finish off to the wood grain and putting a new finish on it, and it'll look all beautiful again. But just so impressed with Loprinzi ukuleles. And like I said, you can really find some amazing deals on them. They come up, definitely try them out. Bruce Wee, I'm very impressed with his ukuleles too. Like I said, his ukuleles vary a lot in style and shape, and different types of woods, and so I'm not exactly sure how much I would love another Bruce Wee as much as I do this one. I do plan on trying some more Bruce Wee, so of course tune in for that. I see this is a very long video, but well, I mean, there's plenty of those in my little account here. And when I sat down here, I've tried to make more condensed videos and try to make them more professional and more like Gata Ukulele, real descriptive and informative and all of that, for your pleasure. And well, just to be honest with you, they frustrates me and everything. I can't get them right, and I try to do them over and over and over. The only way I can really do these videos and make it, where I really enjoy it, is to come down here and sit down and have a chat with my friends about ukuleles. And that's the way I look at it, and I hope you do too. And like I said, you got that fast forward button. You can always, fast forward it till you see me start playing the ukulele. You get to hear them. That's what I do on most videos anyways. I appreciate you watching. Thank you.